Good afternoon. Welcome in. It's Where the 99 Lead. It's a presentation of the University of Pikeville, where we talk about the University of Pikeville and the many opportunities available, both academically, athletically, and today we'll talk musically. Good afternoon, Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music and Director of the University of Pikeville Concert Choir. Welcome to Where the 99 Lead.
Well, thank you for having me today. I'm just delighted to be here.
Of course, Where the 99 Lead, we talk about those landmark 99 steps that lead to the University of Pikeville campus, but also back into the community. And what a great partnership it is when the university and the community comes together, not just the local community, but the worldwide community. And we're going to talk about that today, how far the University of Pikeville Music Department reaches.
It's going to be an exciting year for the University of Pikeville, and our music students are, well, they're chomping at the bit to get out there and share their artistry. And as you said, we'll see exactly where those 99 lead this year.
No doubt about it. Going to take the show on the road. Janean Freeman, let's talk first about you. Assistant Professor of Music at the University of Pikeville. How did you arrive in Pikeville? And let's talk about some of your background.
Well, interestingly enough, my background is in radio. And I spent over 15 years working in radio in various capacities. And my last job that I had in radio, I was actually working at the Interlochen Center for the Arts. Great environment, but in that particular setting, I had a full team of professionals working for me, and as a consequence, I didn't have any room to teach those around me in what to do in building their skills. And all of the other places I had worked previously, a teaching component was always part of the job. When I worked there, I realized how much I missed teaching. And as fate would have it, an institution where I completed my graduate degree, Morehead State University, contacted me and said, why don't you come back and teach music for our program? So I jumped at the opportunity. I was at Morehead State for 5 years, came down to what had been Pikeville College for one semester to teach voice as an adjunct. And one of my former colleagues had been trying to get me to come to Pikeville to teach ever since I came back to Kentucky. Came down for one semester, and I saw what she said about the students was indeed true. This is a very special environment. And at now the University of Pikeville, we have a student population that's just anxious to learn. And I loved the place when I was here for one semester and was offered the opportunity to come here and teach full time, and here I am.
Here you be, coming from radio, and here you are again. So you get a little taste of that once again.
Yes.
But I can see where you would miss teaching, being around young people who are hungry to learn, whether it be about music or science, biology, medicine, whatever the case may be. They keep us young.
Yes, they do. They do. And for a long period of time, I actually worked at Morehead State Public Radio, and part of my job was to teach students how to do my job at the station. And being back here, teaching in this area, it's very reminiscent of those students that I first encountered working in radio, and it's just an exciting place to be, especially at this exciting time.
Talking with Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music and the Director of the University of Pikeville Concert Choir, and we're going to talk about some students in that music program. I've had a chance to sample some of the musical performances of those students last spring, in particular in a musical performance on the stage at Booth Auditorium. Tremendous amount of talent on the campus. Those are some performances coming up this fall as well. We're going to talk about some of those. What comes next?
Well, immediately we were making plans for our fall concert, which is normally a concert that will feature holiday music. And for the past couple of years, we've been pairing our performance with our concert band. So we're going to continue that tradition, and the choir and band will perform a number of holiday favorites, and we'll end it with a Christmas carol sing-along. That's something that the community seems to really enjoy. One of the highlights of the choral into the concert is the fact that we invite area high school choristers to come in and sing with us. So I'll be going out into the community and working with those high schoolers, and they'll come in and sing with us on at least one selection, and it's going to be a wonderful program. That's going to take place soon, in fact, December 6th. That's a Tuesday night, 7:30 in Chrisman Auditorium. And I want to emphasize the community is invited to attend, and we love to have our community members come in for the concert. So often we may have this impression that's present in our area that, oh, university events are for university
Sure.
people. That's not the case. This is an artistic endeavor that we want to bring everybody to come in and enjoy.
And that's what this show is all about. We're the 99 lead, not just to campus, but also from campus. It's a two-way street. Folks are invited to join the campus, and you might be amazed how much those students on campus can rub off on us, because the excitement they have, the hunger for music and other subjects, it does rub off on us. Of course, that's a presentation by the University of Pikeville Concert Choir.
Yes.
There's also a community choir.
Well,
Is it different?
we have community members that are currently in our concert choir.
Right.
In the past, we actually had two ensembles, and this was prior to my coming to the institution, where we had a community choir and then a choir that was largely made up of the student population.
Sure.
Now I'm hoping, presently we haven't done that because I'm the only music faculty member there. We're
Only
gonna
so many
bring another
hours into
person
that.
in. As soon as we do, we want to bring that tradition back, and I'm
Right.
hoping to have that community chorus in place for the fall of 2012.
Currently, it's the University of Pikeville Concert Choir with a fall performance coming up. Also, I guess that would be the Christmas concert.
Yes, indeed, that will be. And by the way, we do have community members that are participating in our ensemble presently.
Right.
And I always send out the invitation to community members that I know that want to sing. So if you are a community member and you would like to join us on at least one selection, just phone me at 218-5770 and I'll get you in.
Be careful with open invitations. You may get some bad singers.
Haven't met one yet.
You've met one today. We talk about the community choir, of course, the Christmas concert coming up. Also, the seniors in the music program, they have recitals.
Yes, and in order to fulfill a music minor at our institution, it's kind of unusual. Most institutions, if you're a minor in music, you don't have to perform a solo recital. Oh, no, we put our students through the fire. So they
Wow.
have to complete a solo recital in order to have that indicated on their transcript that they've received a minor in music. One of our seniors is graduating in December, so Jessica Limbris, mezzo-soprano, beautiful voice. She's going to be presenting her senior recital on Thursday, December 8th, 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
in Chrisman Auditorium. It's going to be a great program.
Alone on the stage.
Yes, but I think she can handle it. She's had some great practice at singing in a solo setting, and she was one of our leads in our production last year of All Shook Up.
So a popular television show out there, America's Got Talent, we're going to change the name. University of Pikeville's Got Talent.
Indeed, we do.
And you'll see that then. Of course, senior recital coming up. That's this semester. And then, of course, we could look forward to those again in the spring.
Yes, indeed. In fact, we do have an additional recital that'll take place this semester, and that will be our collective student recital. We have presently, I believe the last count I took was about 14 voice students who are studying this semester, and they are required to perform not a solo recital, but as part of a collective recital at the end of their study. So on Monday, December 12th, 7:30 p.m. in Chrisman Auditorium, we'll have that recital.
We want to remind folks in the community that's Chrisman Auditorium, not Booth Auditorium, which
Yes.
is different because a lot of the community, they're used to events in Booth Auditorium on that side of the campus. This is on the opposite side of the bridge. You'll have to walk just a little further. It's not a long walk to Chrisman Auditorium, but what a great setting for that. Of course, those senior recitals, the music students recital, and not necessarily all solo. Boy, that's nerve-wracking. What a tough gig for a music minor.
Well, I really put them through the hoops during the semester, so they're prepared by the time those performances roll around. I think anybody who would come to see any of these programs will find a wealth of musical literature that they'll enjoy.
We're talking with Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music, Director of the University of Pikeville Concert Choir, as we talk about some upcoming events on campus. Chrisman Auditorium, you'll be able to find those dates on the website. We'll make sure those get posted there. And we talk about community participation in the music program at the University of Pikeville. Of course, the community invited to attend and in support. If you're a fan of music, a music lover, I guess, these are certainly opportunities to hear some great stuff.
Absolutely. And you know, the best thing of all, it's great talent, great music presented to you, our community, for free.
All right.
So free, no admission. Please come to at least one of these events. I think you'll really enjoy what you hear.
We'll get those dates out there, and we'll try to keep the community updated as to what's upcoming for those events as well. And all of this leading up to something that we touched on at the opening of the show, where the 99 lead back into the communities and into the world. You've got a hugely exciting trip coming up next summer. Let's talk about that. The University of Pikeville Concert Choir taking it on the road, going on tour. Let's talk about that some. I know you're traveling to one of my bucket list places on this earth.
Well, that means you must join us on this tour. We are taking the choir literally across the pond, so we'll travel to the end of the road and across the ocean to Ireland.
Wow, how exciting is that?
It's very exciting.
Who's participating?
Well, of course, our choir will be providing some entertainment. It'll be a working vacation for them,
Sure.
so to speak, and an educational experience. While there, we'll not only perform 3 concerts, but we will work with 2 different chorus masters, one located in Galway and then another in Dublin, so that we can get some insight and direction from, well, a conductor other than me,
Sure.
and also work with an expert in the Irish language. We will be singing at least one piece in Irish, and it's a very difficult language to master. So it'll be an exciting opportunity. And this is something that we've been working on all summer. At any day, we will have a formal announcement about a companion tour so that members of our community, if they would like to accompany us to Ireland, they'll have the opportunity to do so.
Wow, that sounds very, very exciting. And I'm sure the students are excited about that opportunity. It's once in a lifetime
Yes.
for most, and especially for a college student. It's something that certainly would be a highlight of their college career.
It's a life-changing experience. I didn't say this earlier, but it was actually my last trip to Ireland where I reached that decision of what is it that I really want to do with my professional life. I want to have the opportunity to teach. And it was while I was there that I made that decision, and then coming back, all of the opportunities were open to me. And I'm hoping that the students will find something that's special and life-changing about this experience, and they have open minds, and they're very excited, so I'm sure that they will come back changed in a positive way.
No doubt about it. It's an expensive trip to travel to Ireland, and for a college student, I can't imagine how overwhelming that may look. Talk about the finances for that trip. How do the students pay for it?
Well, we are hoping to raise as much money as possible because, well, at our institution, 97% of our students receive financial aid.
Sure.
And these are students that need financial aid to be able to go to college anywhere. So we want to try to make this opportunity available to as many students as possible. So the choir already has been diligent in getting out there and raising some funds through chili dog and hot dog sales on campus.
No one called me.
Well, I'll call you next time.
All right,
It's
you got it.
Tasty Fare. And we're also doing something unique through the holiday season. We've started a singing telegram service. So we will deliver singing Santagrams, as we're calling
That's
them,
exciting.
on and off campus. So if you would like to place an order, just phone me at 218-5770. And can I show you one of our other fundraisers we're doing through the semester?
Sure.
I brought along
Absolutely.
some items so that in case we have someone who might be interested in purchasing one, we are selling yard signs, and this is one.
There you go. And it's
Yes, it
it's a
shows school
University of Pikeville logo, the U Pike logo in black and orange. And you may have seen these with a lot of folks' high school teams in support of maybe an individual player or a certain school. But now the
Absolutely.
U Pike, this is the first I've seen these.
And this is one that features Pikey Bear.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah. And if anyone is interested in supporting the choir by purchasing one of these, again, feel free to phone
Right.
me at 218-5770. Now, of course, we will have some other fundraisers through the year related to their talent, probably late February or early March. You asked if we were going to have another musical
Sure.
production, which we will in the spring of 2013. But in the interim, late February or early March, we're going to present a cabaret show, which will feature music from a variety of musicals.
Right.
And that will be a fundraiser towards the trip. So hopefully we'll get the money raised. But if there's anyone in our community, a business, church, individual, who might like to help sponsor our students, just get in contact with me and I'll let you know of different ways that you might be able to help, because we certainly can use all the help we can get to get as many of those kids across to Ireland as possible.
No doubt about it. Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music at the University of Pikeville and Director of the University of Pikeville Concert Choir, talking about an upcoming tour to Ireland next summer. Great opportunity for a college student, whether they're performing or not. It could be a life-changing event. Looking for sponsorship there. You talk about the cabaret, a way to raise money for that trip as well. But it's another opportunity for the community to experience the talents of the University of Pikeville music students.
Absolutely. You'll be able to see that the students can sing. We'll have just a tiny bit of dialogue. So you'll be able to see, yes, they can act, and I will make them hoof it. So there will be a little bit of dancing involved as well.
Wow. I know folks that mark their calendars during the week to catch these different shows, who's got talent, who does those type of things. We can find that right here. And again, a chance to raise money to send some students to Ireland. It's a great part of the University of Pikeville music program. Janean Freeman, we've talked about your background, radio, and of course extensively in music, but you're also a performer as well.
Yes, I still get out there and sing a little, and sometimes I serve as a clinician or a guest conductor for an ensemble. In fact, one of my, I guess you could say, performances you could look forward to soon, I'm going to be featured in a performance of Messiah. So wow. It's fun to be able to be in this line of work, because not only do I get to pursue my passion, which is teaching, but I'm also able to keep at least one foot in this pond of water over here in performance.
Sure. And stay around young people who are hungry to learn more. And it fuels you as well.
Absolutely.
Because we can feed off of their energy.
Absolutely. And the students here truly are inspiring. Something that brings joy to me each and every day when I'm able to get into a room and teach a voice lesson and hear the progress that student has made from the week prior to that present day.
Right.
It just fills me with a bit of happiness and allows me to get through a very busy day with a smile on my face, and to hear the progress that a whole ensemble like our choir can make from one rehearsal to the next. These students are dedicated, and they're not afraid to get out there and try something if you give them a suggestion of, well, think of it this way, or try going about it that way. They trust you, and they do that, and as a consequence, their talent and their ability grows rapidly.
No doubt about it. I'm around a lot of athletic events, and especially with the University of Pikeville, and I've had a chance to see a group, maybe an ensemble, maybe it is the choir, that's sung the national anthem on a couple of occasions. What group is that I've seen?
Actually, that was just a few members of our ensemble who were available to come in and sing at those games, and wow, they put a smile on my face because of how well they sang at both of the events. But the thing that you always want to try to strive towards if you're working with an ensemble is to have a group that's so skilled,
yes,
that whether you have this many or that many go out to perform a gig, it still sounds, if you've got a group this size, they still sound as if the full ensemble is there. And the first time we sang, which was for the homecoming game, the national anthem, I was just blown away because we'd finally reached that point. It sounded as if we had full ensemble, even though we had about 15 there.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge group. It certainly had a big sound and a very good sound. Around the press box, the guys that are in the broadcast booth, we grade national anthems, and that was one of the best of the year, no doubt about it.
Fantastic.
So tremendous job. Our chance to see that group, some of the music students at the University of Pikeville, and we want to talk about those upcoming events again. Let's take another look at the schedule in case someone missed it.
Well, the concert that's coming up very soon is one that's on December 6th. It's our fall concert, which features holiday music. It'll feature the choir, some of our area high school choristers, some of our area community members. They'll sing with the ensemble, and then we'll also have the concert band on that program, a half and half concert. So if you prefer band music, you'll get your band music. If you prefer choir music, you'll get both. And it's a wonderful program. That's on Tuesday, December 6th,
Right.
7:30 in Chrisman Auditorium.
Okay.
Now, Thursday night, December 8th, just a couple of nights away from that first performance, Jessica Limbris, a senior at the University of Pikeville, will present her senior solo recital. And Jessica has a lot of lovely literature that she's going to sing. In fact, one of the highlights on her program will be the Habanera from Carmen, and that's one of the big mezzo-soprano arias. So it's a wonderful piece, and it sounds great in her voice. That's December 8th, Thursday night, 7:30, Chrisman Auditorium. And then the following Monday,
Right.
our collective student recital featuring all of our music students who've been taking lessons this fall. They'll be singing in Chrisman Auditorium at 7:30. A wide variety of literature will be featured on that program. We'll have a little bit of holiday music, perhaps some jazz, some classical literature, some folk song settings. So it's always a varied program, and the students do a great job presenting that recital one semester to the next. So 7:30, December 12th, that's Monday. And again, the best news for all of these programs, they're free, and the community is encouraged, strongly encouraged to attend.
There are things to do in this community, and the University of Pikeville campus, a great place to find something to do in this community. No excuses. There are things to do, and you're invited to join us now. We're talking with Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music at the University of Pikeville, Director of the University of Pikeville Choir, as we talk about where the 99 lead, not just to campus, but from campus, back into the community, into our world, changing our world for the better, one music student at a time. Janean Freeman, you've been back on the University of Pikeville campus now for just a few years. Let's talk about some of the changes in the program since you've arrived.
Well, we've seen our program go and grow, which was, the ideal that I wanted us to attain from the moment that I came here. And it continues to grow tremendously, and the level of talent that makes the decision to go to our school continues to improve. We have some phenomenal singers that are freshmen this year.
Sure.
And I cannot wait to hear what they sound like by the time they're seniors. They've already made such progress just one semester in. So what we're hoping to do in the future is bring back a four-year degree that is related to music in some respects. So we're exploring some avenues of how to make that possible. So stay tuned. We should have some final word on some of those efforts any day now.
Right now, a music minor is offered for an incoming student who maybe is talented musically, pursuing another career goal, but wants to stay involved with music. They're able to do that with a music minor. What are some of the classes an incoming freshman or a prospective student might look forward to in the music program?
Well, when we redesigned our music minor, that happened the first year that I came to teach at the institution. We brought the music minor back to that more core-based traditional approach, because we wanted our students in the interim to be able to transfer to another institution if they wanted to complete a music degree, to transfer all their credits to that institution. And so our program is very reflective of the first 2 years that you would encounter in any music program. So yes, that means music theory, and the application of those skills you receive and learn in music theory in our class called Musical Skills.
Yes.
You also take a couple of courses in music literature. Music literature is kind of a scan of the history of music.
Right.
And currently I'm teaching Music Lit 1, torturing my students through medieval Renaissance, through Baroque and world musics. But so far they're keeping up with me, so that's encouraging. And some of the other requirements, of course, include individual lessons in your instrument of study and ensemble participation.
I understand there might be a fun music class or two out there that maybe are electives. Let's talk about some of those fun music classes that some of us old guys might appreciate.
Well, we offer music appreciation, which is a little bit more of a scan of the history of some type of music.
Right.
Music 115 is music appreciation that scans all of the history of classical music. And we have a number of students that prefer to take that course whenever it's offered.
Sure.
But one course that I teach that invariably maxes out and then some in terms of the seats that are available is History of Rock and Roll.
That's what I was getting at. Got to jam out.
It's a great class, a lot of fun. And the students, what brings me joy in that particular course is when I meet a student 1 year or even maybe one semester later, and they come up to me and say, Miss Freeman, I can't listen to music the same way anymore.
Exactly.
Every time I'm listening to a rock and roll song, I'm analyzing it. And I said, well, I've done my job.
Exactly.
So you learn the stories about the artists, the bands, you learn the stories behind the songs, but then you also learn how the music is constructed. And you learn about the social impact of the music.
Right.
And those are some of the aspects that I'm hoping will stay with the students from the moment they finish that course, well, through the rest of their lives, ideally.
And music is one of those things that no matter what age we are, from the first bit of music we heard in our lives, we carry that with us throughout our lives. It is I hate to say life skill, but it's a life acquisition.
Absolutely, absolutely. Music is ever present, whether it's in the background while you're exercising, whether it's in your earbuds while you're working somewhere. I mean, music is such an integral part of our lives, and I just love it when students are able to realize that there's more to learn about it other than just the chorus of a song.
Exactly. And of course, those old rock and roll songs, who knew you could get college credit for analyzing those? Yeah. We did that way back when. If I could find a way to get some college credit out of the 8,000 or so national anthems I've heard.
There you go.
Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music, Director of the University of Pikeville Concert Choir. Thanks for being our guest on Where the 99 Lead. Before we let you go, if someone would want more information about the music program, if they would like more information about the Christmas concert coming up, where can they call? And again, give us that next date on the calendar.
Well, the very next date will be December 6th, and that's Tuesday night in Chrisman Auditorium at 7:30. Our fall concert will take place that night. And if you have any questions about, well, any of our performances, and if you have questions about maybe how you might be able to help sponsor the choir to go to Ireland, please phone me, Janean Freeman, at 218-5770.
Thanks for being a part of Where the 99 Lead.
Thank you.
It's been our pleasure. Janean Freeman, Assistant Professor of Music and Director of the University of Pikeville Concert Choir, on this edition of Where the 99 Lead. Join us next time for another edition. It's been presented by the University of Pikeville.